For 15 years, DJ Bob has been your go-to source for pop culture, past and present. We eat, sleep, and breathe pop culture, just like you. He's interviewed countless fascinating people, from well-known names to everyday heroes.
DJ Bob connects with his guests on a personal level, exploring their stories, passions, and challenges.
He's not just interviewing, he's building a community of like-minded, inspiring, driven, and talented individuals.
Join DJ Bob as he delves into the world of entertainment and the conversations that matter on all levels. This is the DJ Bob Show. Roll it.
Phoebe and Jay is PBS's brand new show, and I'm so excited to talk to the creators, Genie and T. We talk about the genesis of the show, what's it like finally having this show out into the world, and so much more. I felt like I knew these two forever, and I hope that comes across. Make sure you check out Phoebe and Jay on PBS Kids, the PBS Kids app, and, of course, check your local listings. Enjoy the episode.
Go Phoebe, go Phoebe, go Jay, go Jay. Welcome to our home at Tobsy Towers. There's magic here with Phoebe and Jay. Every day exploring and learning with our neighbors. Hand in hand with Phoebe and Jay. Come on! Follow the sign. Come on! Let's use our mind. Come on! What can we find when hanging out with Phoebe and Jay? Hey, hey! Phoebe and Jay! Come on! Hey, hey! Phoebe and Jay! Come on! Let's get together. Come on! Moments we'll treasure. Come on! Everything's better when hanging out with Phoebe and Jay. Hey, Phoebe and Jay. Woo! Come on. Hey, hey, Phoebe and Jay.
Genie and T, it's so wonderful to have you here to talk about Phoebe and Jay. And honestly, this show is so special in so many ways, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Thanks for having us.
Of course. So, this is kind of a general first question, but what does this series encompass, and what's kind of the idea of it, and what does it mean to you?
Well, T and I always say that this is us just pouring our lived experience and hearts and souls into a project that we think will have a positive impact on a lot of kids. And so there's a lot of us in this show. At the heart of it, it stars these twins, Phoebe and Jay, who just moved into the Tobsy Towers with their dad, Pete, who's the new building super. And they moved in to be closer to Grandma Annie, their Grandma Annie, who's the self-appointed neighborhood watch and security guard, who's inspired a lot by my own Grandma Annie. And so there's a lot of us in there. You know, the idea of growing up with siblings and going on intergenerational family adventures. And so on the one hand, it's, you know, it's our lives and it's our ideas. We really got a chance to play. And then on the other hand, it's an invitation for kids to come into the world too and learn about the Tobsy Towers and meet neighbors and learn about everyday text.
And enhance their lives and kind of show them that not every life is the same. I mean, you've got the dad and the grandma taking care of these two, and it's so wonderful to see. So, T, how does it make you feel knowing, because you guys, this has been your labor of love for so many years. What is it like for you to know that you can breathe a bit of fresh air, knowing that it will finally cross the PBS screen in just a little bit?
It is so exciting. Like you said, especially with animated projects, it takes years, you know, so we've been on this road together for many years, Genie and I, and we're just excited for everybody to watch it, and just to share it with the world and to have kids watch it and enjoy it with their families. So yes, it's so exciting. Yeah.
And I'm assuming, Genie, you can echo that statement as well, for sure, because
Yes,
you guys are in the trenches together.
yeah, no, you're right. Labor of love is like the exact way to put it. And I'm so grateful that we got this opportunity. We're so grateful for the support of PBS Kids and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the Ready to Learn grant that funded a big portion of the show. And I'm so grateful for T as just like a partner in crime and confidant and brilliant creative person. And so, like you said, we're just excited for people to see it.
I mean, we grew up as PBS kids.
Oh
So
yeah,
to
me
have,
too.
so to have a show come on PBS, it's a dream come true for us. So
So one of the things, as a full-grown adult, I'm 31-year-old. I did not think that I needed the show as much as I do, because the basic things you don't think about, like finding different addresses and zip codes and all these things that you don't think about unless you really need it. So what is it like for you to kind of bring in these kind of complex subjects that we don't really see in a show like that?
I have to, I'm going to brag about T for a bit because when we started this, T always, she was sort of our North Star in that, like, we need to be intentional, and she's so detail oriented. I'm sure we'll talk about character design in a while and like all the research that went into that. But from the beginning, the idea was to be intentional with the decisions because all those details add up and matter. And so on the one hand, we knew that we were doing something complicated. I mean, we're being representative of different skin tones and the way these characters are designed, also the way they speak. There's also this rich world of the Tobsy Towers with its own whimsy and rules. There's also this curriculum. So, like, to your point, it is super complicated and there's a lot going on. But the way it's layered, T calls it our Mr. Miyagi effect. Is like we focus on,
Yeah.
and in the process, children are picking up these learning goals that are kind of embedded within. But to your point, it was super ambitious and complex. And from the beginning, T was like, we need to be intentional with these details because all that matters. The people to whom it matters will notice those details.
And I have to highlight the little Easter egg that I saw. I love how on the address there's a little nod to your head writer. And that
yes, nice catch. Very good. Great catch.
I laughed harder than I should have with that one.
That's incredible.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you found it. It's like we embed so many Easter eggs. So and I've we've told a few out in the world so far, but that's you're the first one to catch that. So great. Yeah. Halcyon's great. She's such a great person and writer.
So obviously this show is for the audience, but how much of it is fun for you? Like throwing in those little fun things for you just to make yourself laugh, or some stuff that you enjoy?
Oh, so much of it is for us. I believe that when I make a show and when I work on a show, I do it with the intention that it should be something I would want to watch as well. The show has a lot of heart. A lot of it is from our whole team. A lot of it is from Genie, because Genie's art from the very start. Another Easter egg is we designed Tobsy, like the Tobsy statue, after Genie. So that was a surprise for him.
I gotta watch it again and check it out.
Yeah, he's the Tobsy statue.
That's one of the biggest surprises of my life, by the way.
And then cut to you having like a framed art print of it in your house.
We need to make like a big standee of it. So you have like, human-sized standee of the statue in your house.
How conceited would that make me?
Not conceited. Not conceited at all.
If I just get a 6-foot version, just printed at the house.
But so much of our lived experiences in there. So much. I feel like if you have fun making the show, the fun will show in the show, and it will just go out further. So the joy comes from, so we have such a great team behind the scenes, such great writers, actors, animators, designers, directors. And we all, we encourage everybody to put a little bit of themselves in there. Like I said, there's Easter eggs everywhere because as you mentioned, it's a labor of love and to keep going for several years, you have to have fun to make sure that the viewers have fun as well. So, and it's also a teaching show, which is challenging because you want to make sure that you're teaching as well as
you got to balance it out.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a nice balance of story and joy and laughter with teaching literacy.
So what do you hope that kids, families, and honestly, full-grown adults take away from this show?
I think part of our hope is sort of embedded in your question. It's what do we hope kids and adults take away? Like this is something that families can enjoy and learn from together. To your point, like to your earlier point, like there's these little character dynamics that make it funny. There's inside jokes for dad and grandma, and so it's something that parents can enjoy alongside their kids, but they can learn together and they can employ what they learn out in the world. So there's times, lately the other day, my daughter reminded me when I forgot her water bottle and her lunch on the way to daycare that I should have made a checklist like Grandma Annie. And so she's watching it and picking up on stuff and reiterating it, and she's using it in her life. And it's inspiring to see the fact that these nuggets, this knowledge will go out in the world and have its own life, and kids can achieve their own goals and engage in their own communities. But this is an intergenerational show that has value not just for kids but for their caregivers, friends, and parents.
I love that. So this is a hard-hitting question for the both of you. T, I'll start with you.
T got it. Yeah, get at the T.
You're doing so good. It's like I love it when you're doing so good. I was like, I'll just sit in the back and just look.
I'll start with you. What character from the Phoebe and Jay universe would you either want to be roommates with or be your best friend?
Ooh, that is tough. That is tough.
I'll give you my answer, though, just to make it easier for you. Grandma Annie.
Nice. I would love Grandma Annie to be my best friend because she has your back and she's so funny and kind and just helps everyone. She's so loving. But she's also, she's based on Genie's actual Grandma Annie. And a little bit of my mom is also in her personality.
Definitely.
So it's a merger of like a lot of people we know. And so I would choose her as my best friend. I don't know. I would probably pick Pete as a roommate because he's a handyman and he can fix everything. It's like maybe, like when the sink has, when I have some plumbing problems, it'll be nice. But I think I would love to have play with Phoebe and Jay. They're so fun. So I think I would just love to hang out with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Gene.
That's a better way of asking who is your favorite child. Like who's your favorite? Like that's like picking children. So the roommate and the friend would be a little easier. So Genie, for you,
I'm not gonna lie, the roommate question is hard. That's a hard hitting one. I agree with T that Grandma Annie is a fierce friend and just a no nonsense, gonna hold it down, support her, and that's kind of like how that's to T's point that that's been my grandma. My grandma was always the support, taking me to my piano lessons, supporting, cracking jokes, gossiping on the phone sometimes. So Grandma Annie's a great best friend. The roommate, man, that's hard. I'm gonna say Jay, but I'm gonna say Jay, but he's roommates with Phoebe, so that makes Phoebe the roommate too. I feel like Jay would put his stuff back, and that makes having a roommate easier.
A very clean, organized room.
And that's just because I'm so messy. Like if you looked at, I had to take this interview in the podcast room because the office is destroyed, and so like I need the Jay to balance me out, roommate wise.
I love this. And one of the things I wanted to really highlight to you both and to say thank you is for the inclusivity of all different backgrounds and all different walks of life. Because in the episodes that I saw, in the background, there was a character in a wheelchair. Because when I was younger, I did not see myself whatsoever on screen. And when I did, it was there and it was gone. So talk about intention. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being so inclusive.
That you're gonna get us, man. Yeah, I ain't trying to.
I'm just like,
Hold on,
that
now.
really hits. That really hits.
Hold on, DJ Bob.
Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing that. When I remember when T surprised me by revealing Tobsy. Like I didn't know it was gonna be designed after me, but I remember just similar now. Like that what you just said kind of gave me goosebumps, and I remember kind of getting goosebumps when T showed me Tobsy, and I just remember thinking like, damn, that's me. And like if that inkling of a feeling I got is indicative of what you're describing, DJ Bob, or what another kid will feel hearing Spanish from Lupe and Yolo, or maybe another kid will feel when they watch the potluck episode and recognize the dish that they make at home. If seeing yourself on screen, we just think that's really impactful. You reminded me of that, and it's like that's powerful.
The biggest thought that I had while watching it, if it helps you, was I wish I had this when I was younger. So if anything, it shows you how far
that's one of our intentions, is to make a show that we wish we had when we were younger. And so the fact that you recognize that just means the world to us. And it's just goosebumps.
And please know that I'm not just saying that. Like it's such a special show, and I can't wait for audiences to see it. And so creative person to creative person, I just have just a general question. When you're working on the show, when you're in the trenches, are you sick of watching your own show after a while? Because you're so in it that, like, by the time it airs, are you like, okay, I'm done? Or are you just so excited that it's out in the world? Or a bit of both?
Well, I can't speak to Genie, but for me, I'm a bit of both. We have such we're still in production, so we're still going in the background, but to have the launch ready and people actually seeing it in social media and the previews, and it's really starting to hit that everyone's going to see it soon, and the excitement's starting to build. So I'm very excited about that. And my family has been wondering, when it's coming out.
Where have you been?
So like friends and family, it's like, where have you been? Like, are you good? So it's like, here it is. It's finally out. So it's exciting to share it with them. It's exciting to share it with the public. So it's a little bit of both for me, at least. It's a bit of a relief. It's so many emotions. It's also, I find myself reminiscing a lot. And Genie knows, it's like, hey, remember when this was just a tiny idea and we weren't sure if we're going to make it, and to come this far, and the journey that it's just been such a joy. It's such a great experience. And so grateful. I think that's the biggest feeling I have, is just grateful, to the team, to PBS, to CBB, to Genie. Genie, you're such a big part of my life now. So just so much gratitude is what I feel.
I love that. And Genie, do you feel similarly in that way, or how are you feeling now that we're so close to it hitting screens?
I think sometimes I feel like we're so in it to your point, the whole you can't see the forest from the trees. And so sometimes I feel like it's hard to kind of like keep a gauge or to see myself sort of like I'm looking through the lenses of my glasses right now. Like I don't see the lens of the glasses. I'm just like looking. So I feel like it's kind of like hard to see yourself sometimes. And in that way, it's why I'm so grateful to my partner and friend T is because I feel like we bounce each other out. And so I might work on some music and I can run it by her and say, hey, what do you honestly think? Like, how can this be better? And she has the insight and the idea to balance that out. And we do make it better. And I think ultimately I think this production and especially Tina's relationship is just fundamentally built on trust. And I think that you can feel this whole idea of like nostalgia and I wish I had this. I think a lot of that is just the trust that we have established kind of uh, coming through the screen.
And I love that you're on this journey together. It's such a cool gift that you guys have because only you guys can experience this. So we can't talk about this show without talking about your incredible voice cast. Do you want to shout a couple people out? Like any of
I
your
mean,
talented
pretty much
cast
everybody,
you
right,
got there?
T?
Pretty much, exactly.
Yeah, we got lucky. We have an all-star cast. I mean, starting with Phoebe and Jay, of course, we've got Cleo Anon and Isaiah who play Phoebe and Jay, who they were never in the same room, but you'd feel like they were. And it's just like
Mhm.
a testament to their talent.
And when they finally meet each other, they're gonna hug each other in slow motion. Like,
Yeah. And then who else we got? T. I mean, of course, Dad and Grandma Annie.
Marissa and oh my God, I'm spacing on him.
Jonathan.
He's
Yeah, yeah, and
Jonathan.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Langdon. Yeah, Marissa Nicole and Jonathan Langdon. They brought so much. I mean, a lot of what I think people feel in episodes two is them playing in the booth. I mean, me and T tried. We always try to like put our little jokes and just like make every part of the process fun, so that by the time the script gets to the writers, they're also playing. And so there's times when like Pete is in the booth beatboxing, just literally improvising and just like acting a fool, and Marissa is gets to actually embody Grandma Annie. Like they're in there being these characters and having fun, and you could feel that in the voice record too.
There's such an authenticity that they bring. We all bring our lived experience to the show. So Jeannie and I as creators, the writers, the designers, and the actors as well. So when they read the script and they see the characters and they see where we're trying to go, Jonathan would be like, "Oh, I know what you're trying to do. I got you." And then he knew exactly, and he would say it. And then I love the part where Marissa, who plays Grandma Annie, we were doing just a bunch of like walla, which is just like laughter and things like that. And there was, so we can like fill it in, when we need to. And one of the things was, mm-hmm. And she did it in so many different ways that only a black grandma would do, that like you knew it meant like you get away from that cookie jar, or oh, that's a great hairstyle. And she did all of it in such a wonderful way that Jonathan, who was in
now you got a bunch of library for.
yeah. And then Jonathan was like in the room and he's like, oh, that's the one where I'm in trouble. Like he knew, like, he's like, I'm in trouble now, just from the way she did it. It was really remarkable.
And the other thing that I love about this show, really quickly, is the live action stuff. I love those little interstitials. Can we talk a little bit about those?
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
And the great Peter Hannon who directed those and did all that stuff. I love him and I always wanted to talk to him. So.
Peter's been a great collaborator. When we shot there's an episode where Jay gets his hair cut, and the interstitial for that, we showed up and shot that at my actual barber shop. At his name's Dre, and I remember we walked in, and Peter walked in, and the first thing Dre said was, "I love Cat Dog Man." So he was like, that was the first thing out of his mouth. So talk about like it's seminal projects. But anyway,
that's childhood right there.
yeah, yeah. The point of the interstitials was to reinforce what we just saw in the animated segment. And so it really is a chance, to that earlier point about the Mr. Miyagi effect, is another chance to see oneself learning. It's a different way of engaging with the text. So we saw Phoebe and Jay do it, and then we saw real life kids do it in the interstitial. So kind of makes the entire episode a more cohesive learning experience. Even if you're just kind of grooving along and singing the song, what's that? Spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. We don't really know we're learning because we're just. It's also fun. You're just having fun in the interstitials too.
And I feel like the interstitials themselves are like a lost art form, so I was so happy to see them. It's been a long time since I've seen something like that, so I love that. So, to wrap this up, and honestly, I could go on for another couple hours.
You're great, man. This is awesome. This is an awesome conversation. Thank you.
This has been so fun. But my last question for you guys is, I know you guys are just premiering, but let's pretend that there is a universe where Phoebe and Jay was wiped out of existence from the whole universe, and you had to put one idea or one episode that encapsulates the entire series. What would you want to put in that capsule?
Ooh-wee.
Wow.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. Oh.
Like on the grand scheme of things.
Man, can we do 2?
You can do
Can I choose
many
one?
you want.
Well,
I mean, if I know that, I can only think of I can think of 2. I don't. It's hard to be choose between those two.
okay. Which ones?
And we're talking about the first 10, right, T?
No.
Because
Because this is like the whole universe, right?
Okay, because I don't know what else we can talk. I don't know how many we can talk about.
No, I'm saying like the whole show as a whole, just as a big idea.
Oh, that's well, good Lord.
As a big idea, well, I think all of the episodes have a core heart to them about family and exploration and helping others in community. So it would be the twins going off on an adventure with Grandma Annie and Pete that involve the community. I would want it to be one of our big community, we have a big potluck episode where the whole community comes together. So I would want it to involve like the whole community. And I would want it to also be like a mystery. Like I always like our mystery episodes. So like they're all trying to figure out some sort of mystery of the Tobsy Towers and involves like talking to all their neighbors to figure it out. That's what I would do.
I mean, I agree with T. Is that this is a family working together and spending time together, and viewers can do that too. There's tools and skills that you have that you can use today in your community and in your family. And if Phoebe and Jay inspires you to do that, then we've done our job. I agree with T. Everything T said.
Well, this has been a wonderful conversation, and thank you guys so much. I can't wait for people to check out this show.
Thank you.
Thank you. This has been a wonderful conversation. Yes, totally.
Yeah, dude.
Very delightful.
Yeah, and I've been speechless a couple times. It's I mean, I feel like you cut through, you sliced through a couple times and just said, because like you said, we're in it, so I feel like it is hard to kind of it is hard to think about it in like a zoomed out sense and like a meta, what is it called? Metacognition. But you kind of said some things that like reinforce some of our goals that really is moving in terms of like seeing yourself. And so thank you, man.
It's a pleasure because my goal with this show is to talk to these creatives about their work beyond the surface. And I feel like there's so much with Phoebe and Jay to unpack and kind of debrief a little bit. And I'm so glad we got to chat a little bit today.
Oh, same, man. We wish you all the best luck, man. You're the coolest.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, J. Bob.